All the sages and great munis sitting around Lord Shiva, they have also not said anything. But Parvati felt very, very insulted. And she chastised Chitraketu first for making fun and laughing, although he was in a completely different mood of appreciating how Lord Shiva's activities are, how transcendental he is. But she took it differently, and she pulled up Chitraketu and said, "You need to be punished. You need to be punished. You take a Asura's body, go to the material world and become an inhabitant of an Asura's body." Chitraketu's response was very, very different from what was expected. He didn't immediately fall down to the feet and say, "Please, please, please don't accuse me, please relieve me of this curse," which is normally what response we see. Many of the rishis and sages, they go, "Oh, please don't." And then some concession is given, some special blessing is given, like that. But Chitraketu, he got off his Vimana, he was on a wonderful airplane, and he said, "Yes, I deserve it. I accept the curse." It's a very different response. He said, "I accept the curse if you think so." And he said, "I'm very sorry." He asked pardon. He behaved very wonderfully, a true devotee's behavior. And it was very pleasing to all the rishis and sages, to Lord Shiva and everybody, looking at his behavior. Why? Because they all had not responded and taken it very seriously. Because they knew the mood of Chitraketu, how he is, who he is. And this is Chitraketu after having a darshan of Sankarshana. He is in bliss. He is in ecstasy. And at that time he has said this to as a comment. So somehow others vibrated and synced with that, and they knew why he's saying. In fact, Lord Shiva even smiled at his comment. Oh, he's saying with this type of intention. So him getting cursed like this is something very unique. So in a situation, sometimes it happens, in a social situation, in a community situation, that one person is taking offense and all the others are thinking, "Oh no, he didn't say it like that. How come you took it like that?" But no, how dare he say that? I know why he's saying that. I have a separate this thing, why he's doing this. May be true, may not be true, who knows. But you'll see everybody else has felt the vibration to be different, but one person alone takes it very differently. He is offended. It often happens. And what to do? If somebody feels offensive and then they take action at it, then you have to suffer it. There's no Sankarshana coming immediately and saying, don't worry, the curse will not take effect on you, you are my devotee. That also did not happen. Neither did Lord Shiva say, "Don't worry about my wife's curse, I'll give you relief from it." Nor did the rishis and munis and sages say anything. They saw the curse, they heard the curse, and they said, "What to do? Parvati is cursing. What can we say about it?" So it is a social setting that often happens. And then we will say, "You didn't take any action. You are the leader there. Lord Shiva sitting there. Why did you not say that? Why did you not, so and so committee take, rishis and munis committee, why did you not take action against this? You know very well what is the mood." No, nobody said anything. Then it becomes very frustrating to the person. I got cursed and nobody supported me. Forget it. I am not going to be a devotee. I am stopping devotional service. Immediately, with immediate effect. That's the type of feelings people have. Chitraketu was right opposite. Oh, chalega, no problem. Curse me. So that's a very surprising response of Chitraketu. And very nicely done. Very coolly accepted it. And why? That response of Chitraketu is what Lord Shiva is speaking about. That type of very cool response at somebody giving you a curse. To be born in an Asura's body. Very heavy. But Lord Shiva is telling, immediately he will mount, then he will pay obeisances, he will say this thing, and then he will mount his airplane and go away. After he is gone, Lord Shiva will turn around to his wife. Nobody is saying anything. Did you see how devotees are? He is saying, Rudravacha Drishtavati Yasi Sushroni Harer Adbhuta Karmanah Mahatmiyam Britya Brityanam Nihasprihanam Mahatmanam. Very wonderful shloka. You see, Drishyati Asi Sushroni. Oh beautiful Parvati, did you see? Drishyati. Look at how the devotees are. What is the great? Harer Adbhuta Karmana. These people who are belonging to Hari, means Harer, devotees of Hari, Adbhuta Karmana. Look at their wonderful activities. How? Mahatmayam Britya Brityanam. See, Drishyati Sushroni. What is the translation? Lord Shiva said, my dear beautiful Parvati, he continues to glorify her beauty. My dear beautiful wife Parvati, have you seen the greatness of the Vaishnavas? You see, you should read in between the lines also. He is actually teaching his wife. What you did is wrong, but he is teaching in a very nice way. My dear Parvati, did you see greatness of these devotees? Being servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, they are great souls and are not interested in any kind of material happiness. Then he goes to say, devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets' liberation and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. There's a great advantage for Chitraketu, that you cannot do anything to him, is what Lord Shiva is telling. Your curse is not going to affect him. It's not going to affect him. Swarga apavarka narakeshu api tulyartha darshina. He's saying that. Then, because of the actions of the Supreme Lord's external energy, the living entities are conditioned in contact with material bodies. The dualities of happiness and distress, birth and death, curses and favors are natural byproducts of this contact in the material world. Then you read today's shloka. As one mistakenly considers a flower garland. This is a background. The response of Chitraketu is what is being highlighted by Shiva. He is saying that devotees don't care about any material situation, any reversal. Swarga apavarga narakeshu api tulyartha darshina. And he is saying that Chitraketu will go and take it up. He is not going to respond and react to what you did to him and feel bad about it, nothing. Why? These are all done by people who are absorbed in matter and the dualities of matter in the material world. Dvandvamohena bharata sargeyanti parantapa. Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita. Ichchadvesha samuttena dvandvamohena bharata Sarvabhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapa. Sarvabhutani sammoham. All living entities in this world are completely bewildered by this. What? Ichcha, dvesha, dvandva moha. The moha, the illusion of duality. Two things people are affected by in this material world. Happiness, distress. Happiness and distress, both are affecting them actually. Prabhupada is saying in the purport, both are two sides of the same coin. Why? They are both temporary, he says. And they don't really matter. They don't really matter. But it matters to a conditioned soul. Why? Because he's under the grips of the material energy. He's under the grips of dvandva moha. So distress, happiness, he gets fried out like that. But a devotee like Chitraketu, he's transcended that dvandva moha. For him, he lives in Krishna. He situates himself in the absolute, not in the relative, this way, that way, positive, negative, 1, 2, day, night, good, bad, tall, short. All these are dvandva mohas. I am so short, okay, become tall. I am so tall, okay, become short. If you get this, you lament for that. If you get that, you lament for something else. Na sochati, na sochati kankshati. Lamentation in this thing. You just get fried from left to right in the dvandva moha. If you get this, you'll feel that. If you get that, you'll feel this. Actually, if you very carefully watch, we are programmed by this. Life is a binary discipline of dvandva moha. It's a binary conditioning. So Prabhupada is saying, in lamentation you suffer, in happiness also actually you suffer. But your mind makes you think this is nice. Okay, so it's just a program running in you. Actually, both of them are bad. That is what the Chaitanya Charitamrita shloka is mentioned here. That yei bhalo, yei manda, sabai brahma. This is good, this is bad, both are useless. It's a very powerful statement mentioned here. Both are useless to the soul. Why? Both are born out of conditioning, both are born out of illusion, and both are not real. Both are not real. This is a very difficult thing for the conditioned soul to click. What? Both are not, it's okay, I'll be happy. Distress, I don't want it. That's what Chitraketu wanted. You see, Harsha Shoka was the name of his son. He'll give you pleasure and he will give you great misery. But Chitraketu could see only the good portion of it, that he will give me pleasure. When the Shoka came, he was wondering, how can it come? How dare it come? Arey, it's not supposed to be here. He's not able to take it. But if this is there, that will there. They'll say if you lift one end of a stick, the other end also comes with it. If you lift one end of a stick, the other end also comes with it. It's a package, it's a parcel. Happiness means you'll have distress. In the material world, they give some amazing philosophical explanation. Suffering pannadanada, you will enjoy happiness, you will know the value of happiness. One great philosophical statement they will make. But actually it's a stupid statement to make. Only if you suffer can you be happy. Is rationalizing the suffering. But that is not what is mentioned here. Both are same. Means both are temporary. Both are material. Both are temporary, very material. So, yei bhalo, yei manda. This is good, this is bad. Both are bad. All are bad. Actually, all are bad for the conditioned soul. But because of the program running inside you, you think this is good and this is bad. I like this, I don't like this. Anybody who does devotional service according to his mental like and dislike is ruined. He is simply ruined. You will see that in your own devotional service. I cannot take it. If you do devotional service on the basis of your mind's likes and dislikes, you will suffer inside devotional service. Why? Because you have made a mundane view of it. Eating prasadam I love very much. Dancing I like very much. Association I like very much. A service I don't like. I don't like. And that is the thing, that is what is mental devotional service. I don't like to do this, but I am doing. And you will only spoil your own mind. You see Chitraketu, you won't get cursed, I don't mind. Because why? Whether I am cursed or I am not cursed, Swarga, Apavarga, Narakeshu, I know how to adjust myself. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Maiki. I don't live according to your curses. My life is not based according to your curse. It's a powerful message Chitraketu is giving. Without saying it, he is telling Parvati, thank you, I'll accept it. Which means what? I'm not bothered about it. Your curse has no effect on me. I will continue to chant Hare Krishna. I will continue to be a devotee because I know that is the truth, that is real. What you are trying to tell me is unreal. But it satisfies you, it's okay for me. Because anyway it doesn't affect me. What a powerful message went back to Parvati. And then Lord Shiva is reiterating on that also and saying, you know what he did to you? Do you know what he did to you? Your curse is of no effect. That's what has happened to you. This is a way, actually speaking, even in the material world, they advise you that when envious people attack you, if you neglect them, they'll become even more angry. If you don't pay attention to an envious person's comments, remarks, and attacks on you, it will irritate them further. The best way to give him a punishment is just not bother about it at all. He will boil more because of the fact that, how dare you not even respect my curse? My avamanam I gave you, you're not respecting that also. How dare you? If you just walk off coolly chanting Hare Krishna, that is the worst thing for them. But if you say, why did you do this? This is what that means my curse has had effect on you. And very good. It is valuable. You are giving me value by attending to it, by getting affected by it. Therefore I have power over you. Therefore I can control you. This is the way the material world works. Action, reaction to that, and reaction to reaction, like that, like that. You go plummeting down. But a devotee who has got a real business of focusing his life on Krishna, remembering Krishna, he will not spend time on that. Okay, you think like this, but I am very sure that's not the intention. But if you want to burden yourself with that, keep it. I am not going to take that burden on my head. If you want to say this about me, that about me, okay, fine, go ahead. When you do that, you will see the other person will stop doing what he is doing. If you don't pay attention, it will not grow. But if you give attention, it will grow and affect you further and further. In the material world, you will see that's the type of advice a psychiatrist will give you. He will tell you, don't pay attention, it will grow. If you starve it, it will die. If you starve it, don't give any attention, it will just die. There's a subtle energy that works like that. So intelligent people, what they do, they don't spend their time on this. They don't spend their time on this. They just stay away. They just stay away. You see, there is in management circles, they'll cite an animal story. Pigs, pigs, very low class animals, rolling around in stool and urine, living in that. So everybody says, oh, pig. So elephants are very majestic animals. very royal, regal. You know, the way they walk and the way they, move their trunk and move their wonderful tusks and the huge fanning ears. Everything is so majestic. If you have seen, you can see many times in Kerala walking on the road, these elephants, and the mahout will be sitting on top. It's a sight to look at, very majestic, huge. So elephant is very high class, pig is very low class. So the pig said, he thinks he's very great. See what I will do. I will go and roll around in the stool, and then I will go and stand in front of him like that. He will definitely get affected. Definitely get affected. Like that, the pig made a great this thing. And the pig stood in the front, having rolled in the stool and urine and in the mud and everything like that. So the elephant just took a small detour and went away. Because the elephant can actually crush the pig in one step and can kill the pig for having done this to me and insulted me on my pathway and said like this. The elephant just went away. Just. And then the other elephants also followed the elephant. And the pig was, no attention to me. I did all these things and I'm standing here. No attention. Then the pig went back feeling very sad. I thought I'll fight. And then all the other pigs said, hey, what happened? Didn't even bother about you. I just left. What happened? I know that. He started rationalizing. On the other side, in the elephant, the elephant didn't even talk about it. But some small newcomers among the elephant group said, why did you not, you're a king of this thing, why did you just take a detour and go, instead of just giving this thing to that, pig. Then he said, it's not worth it, I'll have to go and take bath again. I thought, I just coming from a nice bath and, touching that pig, even doing something to the pig as a revenge is a waste of time and more work for me. I just took a detour and left. I have nothing to do with the pig. So they cite this and say that people who are really great, they just don't mess around with small guys. They don't have time for it. They don't have time. They don't mix, they don't confront, okay, you are the boss, okay, you are great. Take the title. This is what Rupa Goswami did to Keshava Kashmiri Pandit or somebody like that. Great scholars came. And they came and said, we heard that you are great scholars. Come on for a debate. So Rupa Goswami said, I really don't have time for a debate with you. I mean, that's not the goal of my life, is to carry out the instructions of Lord Chaitanya. He's asked me to excavate all the holy places and write scripture and everything. How is it possible for me to spend my time with you? Right? So he said, then if you have lost, sign and give. I said, no problem, I'll sign and give you. As long as you are ready to leave, I'll sign and give you. I've lost. You are the king, you are the boss. Gave it to him. And he said, see, that's all I want. If that's all you want, fine. Because that's got nothing to do with my life. That's not the goal of my life. That's not valuable to me at all. Because I am going to spend every portion of my life in service to Krishna. And whatever Lord Chaitanya has told me to do, I must do that, I must achieve it. And not 1 second do I have extra time. Even this signing and giving you, because you demand it. Because if I say it alone, you want a record to show everybody, I'll give it to you. He gave it. And he went away. But in the outside near the gate, it was Jiva Goswami, he was a very small servant of Rupa Goswami, he's just cooking and doing other things for them. He said, what did happen? What he went and met and this thing? He signed and gave that he has lost the debate. So he said, really? What is it that you want to debate about? And then he said his proposition, and then bundled him up in no time with the spoon and the currenty in his hand, defeated him. He said, my gosh, how did you know? And you're wrong, this also, that also, this also, everything wrong. Mostly it must be wrong, all other compositions of yours. Because of this foundational mistake. He was stunned. And he said, anyway, you can go, even I don't have time for you. That Pandit understood that two things are happening here. Actually, this fellow is very intelligent and highly read. And he's not giving me time. But they've given me, okay, get defeated, go. He was not able to adjust this. So, people who have value in life, who are actually got the greatest of all values, Krishna, bhakti, devotional service, they don't go spend their time here and there. Avyartha kalatvam. Avyartha kalatvam. Artha, avyartha means not of value. Kala, time. I will only put my time where it's got to do something with devotional service to the Lord. I don't have time for anything else. For all these relativities, I don't have any time. Because I'm fixed in the absolute truth. And I want to spend all my time on that only. If you want to take the Nobel Prize, you can. If you want that title, you can. Please take it. It got nothing to do with the dualities of this world. It's not a value to me. It's not a value to me. This is the response of Chitraketu. He immediately quit the place. He immediately quit the place after having offered his obeisances to Parvati. Whatever is supposed to happen by your curse, let it happen. And you will see when he became Vritrasura in an asura's body, how wonderfully he lived a life there also. There also he was the same Chitraketu, excited, enthusiastic about devotional service. Nobody can kill my enthusiasm. Even if you put me inside an asura's body, he was very enthusiastic to die. Because if he dies, he'll go back to Godhead. Because it is Vishnu's weapon that's going to kill me. Everything is destined. My path is booked. My flight is booked to Goloka. Everything is ready. Flight is also waiting. Why don't you allow me to board? Everything is ready for me. And he was telling Indra, why don't you quickly use that weapon and kill me? He was very enthusiastic about dying. It's totally different. And Indra, on the other hand, became morose. And Vritrasura will tell him, see, don't become morose. He will advise him, don't become morose and all that. Go ahead and do what your duty is. Why are you becoming morose? Take that weapon, kill me. And Indra will cut off his hands, then he'll fall down and then cut off his head, and then he'll go back to Godhead. But Indra will continue to stay here. Will continue to stay here. He will watch the dance of Ramba, Kilotama, Menaka. Again he will drink Somarasa. And again his Brahaspati will come and again he will insult. Maybe. We don't know. That is his life. World of dualities he lives in. Right? But apparently it looks like Vritrasura lost the war. Because he was beheaded. But really speaking, who lost is Indra. Indra lost. Why? Because he didn't make it back to Godhead. It's Vritrasura who made it back to Godhead. Although in that big fight, Vritrasura died, killed by Indra. Oh, all the devas were celebrating. But actually, the real celebration is for Chitraketu. He went back to Godhead. Whatever you may think that I lost, in the battlefield, and Dadichi's weapon, Indra's weapon killed me. All that is right. In the relative world it is right, and then everybody will die in that. And then Act 1, Scene 1, it will start again after Pralaya, creation. And that will be written somewhere in some book which will be read eons later that this happened like this. So what? I am in the spiritual world with Krishna. What does it matter if it is recorded like that somewhere here in your annals in history? And somebody reads it later and says this. But those who really understand this event, they know one thing, that Indra did not get the type of benefit that Vritrasura got. Although Vritrasura lost the war. It's very amazing. In loss, he got the greatest gain. In gain, Indra got the greatest loss. Why? He could have gone back to Godhead. Instead of going and complaining and praying for this, give me a chance to protect this thing, he's coming and doing I want. It depends on the type of consciousness you have, the type of things you have, and what you ask for. According to that you will get, and your life will continue. So never make a mistake of subjecting transcendence to materialistic duality. Then you lose. This is a big thing that we do. We try to judge devotional service on the basis of a material measurement. Everything that you do as devotional service to Krishna is transcendental, not to be judged by anything material. And Chitraketu knew that none of these things can do anything to my devotional service. I am only bothered about that. These things, okay, I am not bothered. Swarga pavarga narakeshu api tulyartha darshinaha. So similarly, a devotee who is fixed in the absolute truth, in Krishna, whatever his karma may be, wherever he is thrown, he can remain fixed in Krishna. Because that is a great discovery for him. That is a great benefit for him. That is what is the gift of Krishna consciousness. If you don't realize what gift you have got, you don't know how to use it. Chitraketu is using it. He saw Sankarshana and he has come, and now he is given a fantastic position as the head of the Vidyadharas. He is enjoying material life, but still he is fixed. And here the other thing happens, the opposite of his wonderful enjoyment gets cursed. Still he remains fixed. Both things you will see Chitraketu doing. Both materially very opulent, materially very depressing for him. But both of those situations he didn't get in any way strayed from his fixity in Krishna consciousness. Therefore he was victorious. Equanimity. How we remain always firmly fixed in Krishna consciousness. This is something that only we can internally learn, practice and execute. This is a very wonderful lesson we can learn from Chitraketu and from Lord Shiva explaining it to Parvati. You see, this is what will happen. So devotee means not an ordinary thing. Devotee means wonderful. No material situation needs to affect you. But if you compromise and if you judge your spiritual situation materially, then you expend your wonderful, amazing situation that you are in. And you have underestimated what bhakti is, what bhakti yoga is, what it can give you. According to your faith, according to your conviction, you will get results. Ye yata maam prapadyante tangs tathaiva bhajamiha. So what happens to us even in Krishna consciousness is a result of our own faith, our own attitudes. And who can help that? Nobody can, except you. Except you. So we should also mindfully practice Krishna consciousness. Sounds like a little misnomer. But We should also be careful about what we are doing, why we are doing, and what does it lead to. We should have a good understanding of that. And in that way, we should practice Krishna consciousness. You can see Prabhupada's life history, you'll see all these things happening. How he put his attention according to the direction given to him by Krishna. So many things happened in his life, he sidestepped it. He didn't spend his energy on that. He just focused on Krishna consciousness and the mission he had. Completely. Ekeha kurunandana bahushaka hi anantascha buddhayo avyavasayinam. He remained fixed and focused. Focus is very important. Chitraketu is showing focus. He is not going to get disturbed by the curse. He is not getting disturbed by the curse. This is focus. Om Tat Sat. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Any question or comment? Yeah.
Yeah, you say that we should act immediately and go with the flow, but the doubt is, even though when we know that distress is for sure and happiness is for sure, or happiness is for sure, but still we need to do that action. So how to do the action and remain detached is most of the time difficult.
It requires some practice, no? You cannot immediately do it, isn't it? It is a practical application of what we are reading here. So don't expect that you will be Chitraketu immediately. Chitraketu had also practice. You know how he went through? He had 1 million wives, no children. He also went through his practice. It took a long time for him, isn't it? And Narada Muni decided to give him a very fast express lesson. And so, you know, that child that he had, and he lost the child, and he had a very powerful lesson in life. So he also took his time. So what response you see from Chitraketu is not that it is immediately acquired. It's acquired krameneva, gradually, by practice of Krishna consciousness. So don't expect that immediately you will be able to, by a flick of a switch, become Chitraketu. What makes you think that it should be like that? Why do you assume that you should immediately have a response like Chitraketu? Not necessary. It takes time. So we understand where we are. In terms of our Krishna consciousness, what level are we in? In that level will have its own attendant misery. Because why? Our surrender is only in that level. So you have to cope with that type of material situation. Why? Everything is linked and proportionate to your surrender to Krishna. You can't be expecting that I will surrender so much and expect so much from Krishna. That's why Krishna is saying, Ye yatha mam prapadyante. As you surrender to me, I will respond to you. Actually, what you are asking is unreasonable. Because you are not giving so much. Why are you expecting so much? Isn't it? Yes. Krishna is also, he's got his own plan. He also wants something from you. Surrender. He's going to get it also from you. You can't try to give very less and expect more. Yes. Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful lecture. When to reject things, situation which are not favorable to KC. How do we know that? You have to talk to Guru. Fact that you have this question means you don't know. And because you don't know, you have to speak to Guru. That's the meaning of having Guru. And take guidance. The burden of decision is not only on you. You can always take consultancy. But the burden of execution is on you. You can be told what is the right thing to do. But then again, if you think, but I don't like that, then on the mental plane, if you want to do devotional service, then you have to suffer. the mind is the reason for the sankalpa vikalpa. It is mentioned vikalpas cha, we read today. Deciding something, that we have to take a decision to switch. Sometime we have to do it. So, if you speak to your mentor, then they will tell you that this is the way to go about it. No, I don't like it, I want to change my mentor. Everybody is smiling here because they know it's a regular thing happening. I don't like it, I want to change my mentor. I apply for change of mentorship. No problem, mentor is changed. Next mentor also is saying the same thing here. All mentors are same. The whole mentor jadi hai ipdi. No, something wrong with you. Because the other mentor also is saying there's something wrong with you. That's what you should think. How can they all be condemned? Something may be wrong with you. Isn't it? So, you have to learn to not perform devotional service on the basis of likes and dislikes, but on the basis of facts and what is truth. You should execute. So, you don't have to worry when to reject things in a situation and when it is not favorable. You should be very careful, because favorable for Krishna consciousness and unfavorable for Krishna consciousness is different from favorable for my mind and unfavorable for my mind. It's very different from that. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. It is mentioned, you should accept things favorable for Krishna consciousness, it says. It doesn't say accept things that are favorable to your mind. It specifically says favorable for development of your Krishna consciousness. Many times, what is not favorable for your mind is very favorable for Krishna consciousness. Yes or no? So there's a very big difference in what is favorable for your Krishna consciousness and what is comfortably favorable for you. If you live your life in devotional service, in the ashram or somewhere, on the basis of what is comfortable for you in Krishna consciousness, materially comfortable, then most probably you will not make much progress at all. Rather, what is good for me, for my progress, I should do that irrespective of whether I like it or not. That's how you study in the outside world in the university. You don't like to study, but you study. Why? I'm going to get some returns. You have value for it. I write the exam, although it's so scary for me. Why? Because there is some fruit at the end of it. There is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, like the saying goes. So I do it. Similarly, even in Krishna consciousness, if you want to really be successful in spiritual life, then many things that the mind tells you is very good for you are the things you should reject. And many things the mind actually tells you, don't, are the things that you should accept. Right? That's the meaning of anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. People interpret it immediately, oh, whatever I don't like, I should give up. Whatever I like, I should keep it. Krishna consciousness will be very nice. No, that's not the meaning of it. Krishna also has told you that ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. I know what I should preserve for you from your own karma so that it will be useful for your Krishna consciousness. And I know where to fill in on things that you don't have. If you're going to, I don't have a very nice wife, I don't have a big job that gives me so much, for my devotional service I need this. Maybe Krishna thinks, no, not required. Not required. In fact, really not required. Anukulyasya sankalpa, it is not anukulyasya sankalpa. It's not anukulyasya sankalpa. Krishna's decision is different. So, whether you're willing to listen to what is really good for you, before you ask a question of how do I know what to reject and what not to reject, actually you don't know. The next question is, will you accept what is told to you? which may be diametrically opposite to what you think. That will be the next counter question to you. That's why there is Guru. Guru will uncompromisingly advise you, because he has your spiritual interest at heart. He really wants to save you. He is very good intentioned. And that is why we must have faith in Guru. And he knows you're thinking like this also. Sometimes he makes those adjustments. Okay? Another one, Sudha Paramesh. When we have some material problems, is it okay to pray to Krishna? Yes, okay. In fact, you should not pray to anybody else but Krishna. For everything and anything is only Krishna, even if you have material problems. Akama sarvakamo va mokshakama udharidi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. The Bhagavatam says, akama, even if you don't have any desire, and you have sarvakama, all types of material desires. Moksha kama, you want desire for liberation. For all these purposes, tivrena bhakti yogena, you do full determined service to Krishna, worship him. This is the recommendation from the Bhagavad. Doesn't matter material, non-material, everything. Since you are a devotee, Krishna will decide whether it should come to you or not. You can pray to him definitely. That's important. But never give up your focused surrender on Krishna. Don't go for anything else, any other alternative. You know, yesterday I was telling my assistant, somebody gave a paper pack, they gave some clothes or something for me as a donation. The paper pack is it's actually advertising Jockey, Jockey. They are famous underwears, innerwear for a long time. And there's a black and white picture of like an athlete wearing this thing and laughing like this on one side. And the other side there's another woman, she's also an athlete, I think, laughing, very pleasing. But in red it is written there, Jockey or nothing. It says. Very powerful advertisement. I either wear, my inner wear is Jockey or nothing. Better I not have anything. And that's a damn funny advertisement for me. I don't know whether people notice it. This is a great ad. It's a great ad. Jockey. In small it is written underneath, or nothing. Don't settle for anything less as the advertisement. Whatever happens, Krishna or nothing is best. Don't settle for anything else. Krishna is saying that, surrender to me alone. Mamekam sharanam braja. Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayisyami ma suchaha. Right? So this works. Your mind is telling it does not work, but actually it works. Stick to it. Stick to Jockey. Don't go for anything else. Yes. Yeah.
Just to clarify, you made a statement, burden of decision is on Guru and burden of execution is on...
I didn't say burden on decision. I said Guru is consultancy. He will tell you what to do. But he is not interfering with your individuality and your choice and your personality. But if you have good brains, you will listen to him.
But sometimes you don't get clear instructions.
What do you mean by clear instructions? How to put the next step and the next, and where to clean your backside, how to do. You cannot give detailed and clear instructions like that. Everybody will give you general instructions because you're a human being. You got to get into the specifics and do it. The general things only will be told. I want clear instructions how to move my left finger and right finger and how to move like this. We are not some program of robots or something. We can't give you that much clear instruction, definitely. Generally, you'll be told, if you do like this, this is it will happen. This is how you are situated. This is the type of desire influencing you. Maya will get you like this. Better you do this. No, give me very clear instruction. Then when this happens, what should I do? I don't know. You are there at that point of time, you have to act. You have to use your brain and intelligence, pray to Krishna and act. We cannot give you bit by bit instruction for every small step that you take. That's what is called clear. Then you have to go and get a job in IBM maybe. They give you instruction like that. What to do like this. If this happens, do this. If it happens, do this. And everybody is like robots pressing the button and doing. Your whole thinking capacity, everything is gone. That's why you cannot handle things in life. When something happens, you don't know how to handle it in life situations. Why? I want that algorithm. What to do? This way, that way. It's not there with me. Not there. Naturally it won't be there. Because in Krishna consciousness you get trained to be independently thoughtful. Apply Krishna consciousness. Go do it wrong and get beaten. And then learn how to do the right thing. Experience. Learn by experience. Why should everything be told? Clear instructions means you are asking for every step-by-step instruction. Krishna has said everything clear in Bhagavad Gita. What's more clear than that required?
Sometimes we get in a mental plane that this pleases Guru or this doesn't please Guru. We are doing this, like going home for this much time, but this responsibility, that responsibility. So at least we expect that Guru says, this pleases me and this doesn't please me, this would be better.
Which Guru is going to tell you, I like this very much, what you're doing. This is not very good. Nobody will say that. No civilized person will say that, leave alone Guru. Why will the Guru say, this pleases me and all that? Whatever pleases Krishna pleases him. He doesn't have to tell you anything more. You have to act in a way that pleases Krishna, and Krishna has said what will please him. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has said what pleases him. Do it. Don't be sentimental. Don't be mental and sentimental. Go do it. Everything will disappear, all the mental situation. All this is sentimentality. What pleases my Guru, he is wafting across, that scent came into me, look at him. All these are all dangerous notions in the head. This is what I mean by mental, like, dislike and all that. You have to be knowing Guru is another person like you. He is serving his Guru. He is serving his Guru. And he is carrying out his instructions. And he is telling you how to carry out the instructions of Krishna. Period. You have to do it. Give me clear instructions. I want to follow you. I want to please you. That's what I'm telling you. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Surrender to Krishna. Do it. You should go and start doing it. And then Krishna gives you realizations from within the heart. You may make a mistake here, or it may be this, it may be that, and you get some adjustments. It's not that the mentor or the Guru is going to know, he knows, like one person said, you know everything to the Guru. He said, I don't know. I don't know, I got to know from you. If I knew everything, why you would come to talk to me also? Why you would come to talk to me also? It is, you have to tell, and then I tell you. It just works out like that. What I know, I tell you. It's practical. You can't expect magic and miracle. It's practical. You are getting purified by following the instructions of Krishna. And the Guru is more experienced in this matter. He gives you his experience and tells you, do like this. Otherwise, this will happen to you. Go and do, execute it. Bas. Don't be mental. Period. Any other question or comment? Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki